fam, it's your boy Kisman back again with another video in your house. Today we'll be tackling risk management. Now guys, risk management is super important. Stay tuned for more information.
Elevate, elevate. Only obligation is to tell.
Is risk management. First, get in your mind that risk management is very important, guys. It literally can determine if you're going to be a consistent profitable trader or you're just going to be one of those guys that come in the game and boom, you're out of the game. A not profitable trader. Blowing accounts. You don't want to do that, guys. So basically, I have a few notes here just to keep you on track, guys. So if I do look at the phone, it's to keep you on track, guys. Now firstly, what is risk management, guys? Risk management is deciding how much you're going to risk per trade based on your account size, right? You can't just wake up and decide I'm going to risk a percentage because I feel like that. It doesn't work like that, right? You need to look at your account size, okay? And then decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to risk a percentage of that account every time on that trade. I get that your setup, you know what I mean? So I'm going to show you guys on practically how you do that, how it's calculated, and then we take it from there, okay? And with risk management, you don't want to risk more than 5% of your account per trade, right? Now, when you have, I'm going to just make an example, right? You have R1,000 account. You don't want to risk more than 5% of that account, right? Which will be, if I'm correct, 1% will be 10 Rand, it will be 50 Rand, right? 50 Rand, am I correct guys? Let me just check. Am I correct? Yeah. Guys, that's 50 Rand. You don't want to risk more than 50 Rand on your per trade, okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys the risk to reward ratio. Not sure, let me first explain. I think I should first explain to you guys, yeah. When I say you risk 1% of your account, right? Because me personally, I go with 1% or 2% of my account on a normal, like I'm trading currencies. But when I'm trading a high risk market, which will be such as Nasdaq 100, you know, it's a high risk market, so I'm gonna risk like 5% of my account. Okay, and let's just go with 1%. For now, we go with 1% of my account per trade. If I have R1,000 account and I'm risking 1%, it doesn't make sense to gain back 1% again. You know, that's like a casino vibe. You know, go play with a casino, you need to make your money back in that. Like it's a 50-50. You don't want to do that because in overall the probabilities is not going to work. It's not going to, the magic of the probabilities is not going to work. But what you do need is something like a 1:3, 1:2, 1:4, 1:5. So meaning 1:3, it means you're risking 1% to gain, you're risking 1% to gain 3% back, or you're risking 1% to make 2% back, right? Or best, you're risking 1% to make 5% back. Now that is what I would say is like probably the best. Or it's up higher, you can risk 1% to make 10%. Now if you decide to risk 5% of your account, right, you can't gain 5% and then gain 1% back, like 1:1. You need to risk 5% to gain like 15% back, you know. And that's what it is. So 1:2 risk to reward ratio, right? The risk to reward ratio. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So, say your account size, is R1,000, right? Now 1%, okay? Now 1% of R1,000 will be 10 Rand, okay? That's just an example. It's 10 Rand. So 1% equals 10 Rand. Now, for me, I don't want to gain back 1% back. I want to gain like 2%, 3% back, you understand? Or it's 5% up to 10% back. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a setup that gives you that opportunity. Now, guys, to show you that on the chart will be for another time, but I'm going to explain to you how you do it, okay? Risking 1%, I would gain like 1:2, say 2, so I'm going to gain back risking 10 Rand to make 2%, which will be 20 Rand. Now, let's just work out a little probabilities game. Let's say you took 10 trades for the month, right? You lost, example, let's take you lost 7. Let's say you lost 7 trades, and you lost 7 trades, right? And you won only 3 trades. Now, then, and you have a risk reward of 1:5. Okay, I'm trying to think, guys. This is like raw. So you have a risk reward of 1:5. You lost 7 trades. So let's write this down. Your your risk to reward is 1:5. So you're risking 1% of your account to make 5%. So if you're risking 10 rand, we risk 10 rand. We're gonna make back 50 rand every time we trade. Every time we get the opportunity, that's how much we're gonna make. Okay. So now let's say we took 10 trades for them. 10 trades taken, right? 7 losses, only 3 wins. Now look at this. Every time you lost, you only lost 1%. So we're gonna put there 7% loss. But every time you won how many back? So take 3 times 5, because every time you won 5% back. Okay, so now you're gonna do is you take 3 times 5, which will be 15%. You won 50%. 1. Now 7 minus 15 is, if I'm correct, 6. I think, am I correct? Yes, no? 6, no? 15 minus 7, it's 8. So you actually won. You won 8%. Even though you had a 7%, you lost 7 times, but because you risked only 1% of your account. Only because you risked 1% of your account and you gain back, you had a risk to reward of 1:5. So every time you risk 1%, you gain back 5%. Okay, that is what makes you more profitable, guys. Now, for another time, if you really want more information on risk to reward ratio and actually applying it into the charts, right? Showing you analyzing the chart and showing how you apply it in the risk management and your analysis into one, then comment down below for that information. But for now, let's just understand what is risk management and how you can use it risk management in your trading plan.